Welcome to Your New Port Richey. I'm Casey Coetti. This is Your New Port Richey. Welcome. I'm very excited. We're going to have a great show today. My guests are Chief Chris Fitch from the New Port Richey Fire Department, and we have Dr. Stephan Unger, who is going to be talking to us about Winterfest. But let's talk to the fire chief first and start asking him a few questions like, did you always want to be a fireman?
Well, that's an interesting question. Not always, but at an early age, I knew I wanted to be a firefighter. My father was a firefighter, so growing up in the environment, in the household of having a father as a firefighter, and he would come home from work and tell interesting stories. And at an early age, I saw the camaraderie and the brotherhood involved in the fire service, so I kind of gravitated towards that. And probably, I would say, junior year of high school, I knew that that's what I wanted to do.
Fantastic. Now, where are you from originally? Where did you grow up?
I'm from Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Okay.
Born and raised there. And I moved here. I was on the Fort Wayne Fire Department for 23 years.
Okay.
And went to college there, got my fire science degree, and moved here about 2.5 years ago.
Okay. So did you come down here to take the job as fire chief?
I did.
Fabulous.
It was a goal of mine once I got 20 years on to pursue a fire chief's job in Florida. I wanted to be closer to family down here on a property that it's been in my family for a long time. New Port Richey was a good fit for me. Mm-hmm. The position opened up, and I applied and went through the process, and very fortunate enough to achieve the goal of fire chief, and I'm very happy.
That's fantastic. Well, we love having you here in New Port Richey. I guess
thank
a
you.
very belated 2.5-year-old welcome to
Right.
New Port
Appreciate
Richey.
that.
Are
Excellent.
you a New Port Richey guy?
I actually grew up in Spring Hill, not too far.
Okay, so you are a native.
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. All right, Chief, a quick question for you. I know that firemen and women fight fires, but I know they have a lot of time when they're not fighting fires.
Right.
What do you guys do when you're not fighting fires?
You know, that's a common question, especially around the holidays when you're
Yeah.
with family, and they always want to know, what do firefighters do when they're not fighting fire or responding to calls? Realistically, we're very, very, very busy. The New Port Richey Fire Department responds to about 4,600 calls a year. If you do the
Fire
math,
calls?
fire calls and EMS calls.
Wow, okay.
Well, total calls. So,
Okay.
it's not uncommon to have a day where they make over 20 calls in a 24-hour shift.
Wow.
So if you add in doing the reports on each call,
Okay.
that fills up a lot of time. When they have slower days, they do building inspections on all the buildings in the city of New Port Richey. So the New Port Richey Fire Department is unique in the fact that we don't have a fire prevention division. We don't have an arson division. We don't have a designated fire inspector. Our firefighters that work in the station, that ride on the trucks, do the building inspections and the fire inspections. We have a handful of firefighters that are state certified fire inspectors. So they have a certain amount of inspections that they have to complete monthly and yearly, and they also have a certain amount of training hours that they have to complete each month in different topics. And all our firefighters are paramedics, so that adds in training in service hours that they have to keep up to keep their certification, in addition to their fire certifications.
Now, that's amazing because you don't have to be an EMS, right? An emergency paramedic, right? To be a firefighter, just in the city.
You do. Actually, in the state of Florida, normally you at least have to be an EMT.
Okay.
So the requirement we have for New Port Richey Fire Department is you have to come in with a state certification as a firefighter, which is roughly about 400 hours of training, and then you have to be
That's a lot.
Then you have to be an EMT in addition to that, and then we give new employees 2 years to become paramedics.
Did you know that about the New Port Richey Fire Department?
No, not necessarily New Port Richey, but my uncle's a retired firefighter from Spring Hill. So,
So it's
Yeah.
it's firefighting week here. Okay, so it's fire safety week. That is
Right,
fabulous.
yeah.
All right, fire safety. We are here, Thanksgiving, Christmas coming up. Let's chat a little bit about that, and since it's in your family too, feel free to jump in with any ideas that you have. Talk to us, basic fire safety. Holidays,
Yeah,
turkeys.
since we're a few days away from Thanksgiving, you know, Thanksgiving is the #1 time of year, the leading time for kitchen fires, the #1 time for kitchen fires. So that being said, I would say that my safety tip this week would be please don't do your holiday cooking unattended. Anytime you know, put a turkey in the oven or however you're going to do it, please be close in case something happens. As frying turkeys increases in popularity, it seems like, please do it in an open air environment. Don't do it in your garage. Use the correct type of oil.
You're laughing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, and it is, you know, it's kind of funny, but in a way,
It
it's
happens.
not, because we have a lot of incidents involving, you know, grease and oil, and that just adds a whole
Absolutely.
different level of, you know, caution that you have to.
Right. Well, I've seen the turkey fryers, and you fill it with oil, and then it starts
Oh, yeah.
bubbling up.
Yep.
And oil, if it catches on fire, it's still going to keep moving along
Right.
and catching whatever else on fire.
Absolutely.
Do you think that there are more fires because we have people that don't normally cooking Thanksgiving dinner? I mean, I'm wondering why you have so many more kitchen fires during Thanksgiving than you do.
I think because more people are cooking at that time period.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm one of them. But I cook all the time anyway. Are you having dinner at home?
I am actually having it at my mother's house. Yeah.
Oh, Mom's
Yeah.
home cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so is she going to deep fry a turkey?
You know what? They have done it in the past. She's made them traditionally, and she's also deep fried them. So it is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Quick question here. I have seen reports about the New Port Richey Fire Department. They're always fabulous reports. But in today's modern world, does the fire department still go out with a ladder and climb the tree and save the dogs, or save the dogs and cats during fires?
You know, that's the old cliche is, you know, fire departments rescue cats out of trees.
Yeah.
And honestly, it doesn't happen that often.
Okay.
One funny story I do have is when up in Fort Wayne, Indiana, we got called out one night. I was driving a ladder truck. We got called out to rescue a pet bird out of a tree.
No, wait a minute.
And we're all thinking,
Okay.
really?
Wow.
Isn't it just going to fly away?
Yeah.
But it didn't. It was a big parakeet or whatever. I don't know. But we set the ladder up, and fortunately, I wasn't the one that had to put the gloves on and grab it, because he got bit a little bit. So.
Oh, man.
And then we had a pet iguana in a tree, also. So.
Okay, so I think I would have to have extra pay to go and be rescuing an iguana. They're
Right.
kind of scary looking.
They are.
And
So
did you get it out?
we did. Both the bird
Wow.
and the iguana we successfully got out of the tree. Luckily, I wasn't the one up there getting them out.
Oh my God, was it big?
It was.
Like
Big and
this?
scary.
Oh, wow.
Which
I
one
thought
caused
fire-
more damage?
I think they both about the same.
Yeah, those tails whip around pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. Hey, I think that you guys have some special equipment that I, as a dog lover, am really happy to hear about. You want to talk about that a little bit?
We do. It's not uncommon in fires to run across pets, especially when a structure gets filled with smoke. Pets
Okay.
will, you know, naturally run from the smoke, and they'll hide.
Okay.
And
I better stop when. Okay, if you are squeamish at all, because I know we have some photographs of pet rescues. If you get really sad, you might want to look away for just a sec. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
okay, so it's not uncommon to run into pets in fires. Luckily, they normally will be okay after giving a little bit of oxygen. So we can use adult or human oxygen masks on pets, you know, with a blow-by method. But they do make a special pet oxygen mask that Cindy's Pets and Invisible Fence donated to the fire department, and we carry them on the trucks, and they fit a little
Awesome.
better for a pet. And we have been successful in resuscitating several dogs and cats over the years.
Yeah, it was 6 months ago or so. There was an apartment fire that
Correct.
had a few puppies, and there were some photographs from that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, being saved by the fire department. I love that.
It's great.
Yeah. All right. Another question. Now, we talked about the EMT training. So How much does that equipment weigh? Because I've seen pictures of all of that equipment. I mean, you guys must have to work out and practice with the equipment all the time.
Yeah, we do, and we wear it a lot, and especially when it gets wet, it does get heavy. And with the air packs that we wear on top of the equipment, you're adding 40 or 50 extra pounds of weight. So, yeah, but we're used to it.
Okay. So, but I saw you guys the other week with a ladder going up. So what were you practicing going up and down the ladder? I mean, it was really tall.
Yeah, we have a 75-foot ladder here in the city, and we always set it up and train on it, and
Okay.
we keep all our equipment in tip-top shape, and in case we need to use it. So we routinely pull it out or take it to a structure and practice using the ladder, climbing it, and descending and setting it up.
I want to
flowing
do that
water.
ladder someday. 75 feet. How exciting. Okay, listen, everyone. We're going to be right back after a quick break.
Hey there, it's Andrew Campanella with National School Choice Week. And even though I run National School Choice Week, I'm also a resident of Florida. And I'm excited to tell you about a great event being planned by folks here in Florida and in particular in Pasco County. It's called Celebrate Youth, and it's taking place January 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Pasco County Safety Town. It's a community-based School Choice Week event, and it will feature rock climbing, a petting zoo, a bouncy house, food vendors, and free family fun for so many people, thousands of people. I have the opportunity to see thousands of different events planned all across the country during School Choice Week, and I can tell you that this event on January 27th will really put Florida in a positive light. This state is already doing so much to provide effective education options for kids, and events like this that invite everybody from the community to come and visit are ways that families can learn more about the school choice options available for their kids. So if you can, sponsor this event. By sponsoring this event, you will help get even more families out to it so they can learn about the options available to them and their kids have more educational opportunities. So January 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., Celebrate Youth at the Pasco County Safety Town. Thanks so much.
Hey, welcome back. We are going to talk about something very exciting now. I'm going to turn the program over to Dr. Stephan Unger, who is the head of Winterfest.
Yes.
Tell us about Winterfest. What is it?
Absolutely. So Winterfest is basically a festival that we started. Actually, it started out as a fall festival
Okay.
8 years ago. So, and every year we would change the theme. And the biggest thing I was trying to do is trying to make a festival where people didn't have to reach in their pocket every time they turn a corner. Actually started originally when I first started my practice. I used to go to a lot of these events and put a tent up and pass out, information about my office, trying to get my name out there. And I remember, bringing my kids to a lot of them. Some of them were kid friendly, many of them were not.
Yeah.
And the ones that were kid friendly, I remember looking around and seeing parents that wanted to pull their hair out, kids screaming. They want an icy that's like $8, and they're like, they have 3 kids, and it was a little chaotic.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to my wife, you know what, we need to start our own event and make it where they don't have to worry about bringing their money. Obviously we have food vendors there, but the structure is and has been from day one that no matter how many vendors we have, whether it's 30 or 50, every vendor has to either do something or give something free. So I think our first fall festival, I think they gave out about 1,100 pounds of ices for free. They had
Very cool.
yeah,
This
a
is
lot-
Florida. That's pretty
yeah,
nice.
exactly. So the whole thing was structured on, let's do an event where everybody's just giving back to the community and not having to worry about collecting money. So yes, there are some vendors that might be selling stuff, but they're all supposed to be doing something or giving something as well. So it originally started as a fall festival. I changed my theme every year. We did free hot air balloon rides one year. We had monster trucks from the Monster Jam out there one year.
Very
and
cool.
every year trying to think of what we're going to do next. We outgrew our first location. We did it in Longleaf. We outgrew it really quick. And the lines were insane. Parking was horrendous. So we moved over to Seven Springs Middle School, which was a great venue. And for years, we've had talks with Main Street and the Chamber of Commerce of bringing it to Sims Park and having a combined, just huge Winterfest. And I changed it to winter. The reason was when we had to move our location, we could not get it in October when I used to do it. So we said, well, you know what? I've always wanted to do a winter theme. Let's push it to December and make a Winterfest out of it. And that's where we kind of got the theme. And the first year, I brought about 20 or 30 tons of snow, a few slides. Yep.
Snow in Florida.
Oh yeah, snow in Florida.
Real
Yeah.
snow
Yeah.
in Florida.
Absolutely. And now it's here in Sims Park, and it's going to be a huge event. The Chamber of Commerce is bringing Santa Claus is right on the main stage. They'll be there at 3 to 5. And then the boat parade's part of it. It's going to be really cool this year. I'm excited. Every vendor that signs up, which we still have a few spots, but every vendor that signs up, I'm giving them a set of lights to go around their tent. So the whole park I expect to be lit up and looking cool. Nice theme.
This is
you know?
sounding like such fun. Okay,
Yeah,
how
it's
many
cool.
vendors are going to be there?
Anywhere from 30 to 50. You know, I don't know the
Fabulous.
exact number
Okay.
right now, but it's usually between 30 and 50. you know,
Okay.
so
Now, you say snow. Do you bring it in? Do you go up to the mountain and you load it into
you
the
bring
back
it in
of
with
a truck?
helicopters? No,
Yeah,
just
no,
kidding.
seriously.
that would be
this
a
is
cool
Florida.
show, wouldn't it? They just drop it. No.
Well, no, I think that might be a little heavy.
He's like, wait a minute, slow down. He's like,
wait a
there's some
minute.
issues there, right? No, what they do is they have a huge truck come in with 30 tons of ice, and they have a huge machine, and they feed it through, and they have a tube where they basically blow it out. They shoot it wherever they need it.
Into
Yeah.
the air or on
Yeah.
the ground?
Both, you know.
So it
Both.
actually snows on
it
the
actually
kids?
snow, yeah, it falls.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
well, I
pretty
mean,
cool.
you grew up
See,
with
I'm
snow,
used to snow, so I'm really not looking
You're
forward
like,
to
you
it.
know, I'm avoiding that, right?
How are you
Yeah.
going to keep it from melting?
That's a good question. So the first 2 years, we did it in the middle of the day, you know, early in the morning, hoping that it will last. The first year, we had the guy have to re-blow snow every 45 minutes, you know, and that it's obviously a lot of work, you know. So second year, we didn't have that luxury. The guy came in, blew it and left, and that was not, you know, I wasn't expecting that. I thought he was going to do the same thing, and that melted quite fast. So this year, we pushed it into the evening, and it should be cooler weather, and the sun won't be beaming on it, so I'm expecting it to last a lot longer. And the event's only 3 or 4 hours, so
That's right. It's from 4 to 7, am I correct?
3 to 7. You know, I wrote on the flyer 4 to 7
Yeah.
was a mistake. It should
Okay.
be 3 to 7.
3 to 7.
Yes,
Okay, did
yes.
you hear that, everyone? It's actually 3 to 7. The
Yes.
organizer himself can make a mistake once in a while. So
Absolutely.
3 to 7.
3 to
Okay.
7.
So, does the snow's just going to go out? Are there
Yes.
going to be slides, or can the kids
There
go
is. There is.
mushing around in it? What
There
do
is.
they do?
So we're
with
going
the
to have a
snow?
couple, and you know, every year we do it, we take in all the, you know, input from all the people that come, you know, whatever they say, I actually read all their comments and try to make it better each year, try to think of how, you know, we used to have 2 slides and a patch area people can play in.
Mm-hmm.
And what we saw is the kids in there, they want to throw snowballs, and that could get a little dangerous. So what we're doing this year, this is the first time we're doing it, we're going to have a patch of snow where there's a no-throw zone, no snowballs at all, and try and keep that as tame as possible so kids can enjoy it. And then we're going to have a snowball station with targets set up where they can actually throw them.
Great
And then we have Team Farrell's actually building us a slide this year and donating it as part of the event, which would be pretty cool. So I'm excited. So
Fantastic.
we have ordered a bunch of different types of things to go down the slide. So we have the discs. We also have inflatable tubes and a couple other neat things that we're going to test out and see what people like the most.
How high is the
Yeah.
slide?
They're not telling me yet. It's a surprise. It's a surprise, so I can't wait
Okay.
to see it. Yeah.
Now, is this for kids only?
No,
Because
no.
there's a lot of Floridians down here, especially on the fire department, that would love to play in the snow. I know
I'll
that.
tell you, the first year I went down the slide myself without injury, so I say bring your families, bring your kids. I mean, it's intended for families. I want to see, you know, a huge Winterfest where everybody just comes and spends quality time with their kids, you know, adults, whoever. Let's have fun, you know.
Okay, that is fantastic. Well, I'm excited. So I'll see you there and
I'm
your whole
excited.
crew
Yeah.
there going down the slide. I
Yes.
don't know. I've done a lot of, you know, snow sliding with my kids when they were little. So I think I'm going
Right.
to pass on the slide, but I'm going
all
to
right.
come play in the snow.
You could throw some snowballs.
Yeah, that might be fun. I'm
Right?
pretty good at that. Okay, so from 3 until 7,
Yes.
we have Winterfest. After that is the boat parade.
Yes, it's all kind of combined. So 3 o'clock, all the vendors will be ready to go at 3. Santa's on the main stage between 3 and 5.
Okay.
After 5, we'll have some local performances. I think some dance performances.
Very
One
cool.
of the high school bands will be performing. I think we even have a karate demo. 6 o'clock, the boat parade starts. The vendors are all still set up, so people can watch the boat parade. They can still be able to visit the vendors, get some food, whatever they need. So.
That is fantastic. Okay, the boat parade starts at the Bayou, right?
Correct.
And then comes to Sims Park. So
Yes.
it starts at the Bayou at 6.
Yes.
And so it should be at Sims Park. Help me out here, Chief. 6:30?
Yeah, probably
6:40. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just so that everybody knows, you need to be at Sims Park by 6:30 at the
I would get there early.
latest.
I would get there at least by 6.
Yeah.
But I mean, why not come early, enjoy
Yes.
festivities? Other than snow, we'll have, I think, 3 or 4 bounce houses there, all
Very
free.
cool.
You know,
Really?
so, yeah,
The
we don't-
bounce houses are free?
Absolutely, yeah. We don't charge for anything.
Wow.
No entrance fee. You know, they come, have fun. You know.
Okay, so you are going to find me in a bounce house. I love bounce houses. I always say
Nice.
to my husband, why
Yeah.
don't you rent a bounce house for me for my birthday,
Right?
just for the day? Okay,
Why
well,
not?
I'm definitely going to do that. All right.
Yes.
How many people do you expect?
That's a good question. You know, we usually get a few thousand people ourselves.
Okay.
And I know the boat parade usually gets a couple thousand people themselves. So.
Oh, sometimes 6,000, 7,000
Yeah,
for the boat
I would
parade.
expect no less personally.
Fantastic. So from 3 until, what time does the music end I mean, is there anything after the boat parade?
I don't think so. I mean,
Okay.
the vendors, I'm sure some will stick around, some might not, but
All
I mean,
right.
yeah.
So you've got a whole afternoon and a whole evening of
Yes.
entertainment that's completely free,
Yes.
downtown Sims Park. The date is December 2nd. We
Yes.
haven't mentioned that. I think we need to say December
It's important.
2nd.
Yeah.
December 2, that's a Saturday. So it is a fabulous, fun day, all day, Saturday, all afternoon. Sleep in, get your chores done Saturday
Absolutely.
morning, gather the family together. Do you think the kids need gloves or mittens or anything like that
It
in
wouldn't
the past?
hurt. It wouldn't
Okay.
hurt. It's definitely cold. Yeah, especially
Okay.
if they're playing in it for a while. Yeah.
All right, so bounce houses, other fun games to play
Yep, there'll
at
be games
Winterfest.
out there, and we'll also have the what's the name of the there's a motorcycle group that's going to be out there dressed up. Two Wheel Heroes. Yes.
I'm not
They'll-
familiar with Two Wheel
Oh yeah,
Heroes.
they're cool. They all are dressed up as a superhero. Their motorcycle is wrapped, so it has its own theme. It's really cool. It's a
Very
nonprofit
cool.
organization,
Okay.
and really neat. So they'll be out there as well, and
So we need to make sure that our cell phones are well charged. Sounds to me like it's going to be some great photo opportunities.
absolutely.
Okay, December 2nd from 3 until 7 is Winterfest. After that, we have the boat parade, actually starting at about 6:30. So plan on being downtown Newport Richey December 2nd from 3 until the event all finishes. So the
Yes.
music and everything fun for the kids. We'll be right back talking about the parks in a minute.
Hey there, it's Andrew Campanella with National School Choice Week. And even though I run National School Choice Week, I'm also a resident of Florida. And I'm excited to tell you about a great event being planned by folks here in Florida and in particular in Pasco County. It's called Celebrate Youth, and it's taking place January 27th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Pasco County Safety Town. It's a community-based School Choice Week event, and it will feature rock climbing, a petting zoo, a bouncy house, food vendors, and free family fun for so many people, thousands of people. I have the opportunity to see thousands of different events planned all across the country during School Choice Week. And I can tell you that this event on January 27th will really put Florida in a positive light. This state is already doing so much to provide effective education options for kids, and events like this that invite everybody from the community to come and visit are ways that families can learn more about the school choice options available for their kids. So if you can, sponsor this event. By sponsoring this event, you will help get even more families out to it so they can learn about the options available to them and their kids have more educational opportunities. So January 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., celebrate youth at the Pasco County Safety Town. Thanks so much.
Welcome back, and now we are going to talk about the parks, unless somebody has something to say.
Yes, I'll add one more thing. So the whole thing that we did with Winterfest is we're not profiting a penny from this. Everything that every amount of money that we collect, we started a nonprofit organization called the Health Cares Foundation. And what we're trying to do is raise some money and try and give out some scholarships. And what we're looking for is scholarships in the arts, one in theater, one in music, and one in art. And this is for any local Pasco County school, high school.
Hey, fantastic. So this is scholarship for the kids to go on after they get out of high school.
Absolutely.
Fabulous. Hey, that's great. Well, I'm glad you brought that up because
Yes.
it's kind of an important thing to know. So any money that you spend, any money that the vendors bring in goes to the nonprofit that will help kids get further education after high school. How
That's
cool
great.
is that? Thank you,
for
Dr.
that.
Unger. That's
That's
really
great.
marvelous. Absolutely marvelous.
you.
All right, let's talk about our parks a little bit. The city of New Port Richey is rich with parks. We are blessed with a number of city parks, and we've got all kinds of things going on that are really exciting. They are not going to close the park. So first of all, I want a little disclaimer on this. None of our parks are going to be closed doing anything, well, that I'm talking about. So Francis Avenue Park is going to get new restrooms. So they are going to start very soon to demolish the restrooms that we have. And they're going to rebuild nice restrooms that are very similar to the ones that are in Sims Park. They're not going to be as large, but the park will have ADA accessible portalettes while this is going on. So that is going to start, that's actually scheduled to start January 8th. I've got my notes here. I've got so much going on. I have to look over at my notes a little tiny bit. So don't miss out going to Francis Avenue Park. It's got the most phenomenal playground that you could possibly play with. I mean, that playground is only a couple of years old. It's ADA accessible. It's absolutely phenomenal. And they have an ADA accessible kayak launch there also. So really, if you haven't been to Francis Park, you've got to go. Orange Lake, one of my favorite places in downtown New Port Richey. It's actually called the Orange Lake at Sims Park. They are going to, the city is going to start pumping out the silt and sediment that's in the bottom. They're going to look through that just in case there are any artifacts. I think we can all count on a few golf balls since that was a municipal golf course. And they're going to actually pump the silt up through pipes and over the road and then over onto the vacant lot across from Orange Lake. So it's going to be a little stinky while that's going on, but bear with us, everyone, because it's really worth it. When that's done, they are going to build walkways out into the lake, and each one of these two walkways is going to have a shade structure. Can you imagine photographs, family photographs, out in the middle of the lake with the fountain and the...
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, it'll
it's
be
going to be
beautiful.
absolutely phenomenal. Gray Preserve is another one. If you guys haven't, I know you've been to Gray Preserve. Have you been to Gray Preserve?
Where is that?
Okay, it's right in the city of New Port Richey. It's off Plath Road. Gray Preserve is natural Florida habitat. We have walkways that go through it. It's absolutely beautiful. And the city has invested in purchasing another 14 acres that are actually going to be attached, and you will be able to ride your bike to the end of Congress.
Oh, wow.
And you will be able to go into the park there at the end of Congress through the bike trails, and there's also going to be parking there. So
Excellent.
not only is it fabulous habitat, but it is expanding, and that's only phase 1. I'm going to tell you about phase 2 and 3 at another date, a little bit
Alright.
later. So don't ask me about it, because I'm not telling you.
Is that attached to where there's like the fishing pier and all that off of Plath?
Yes.
Okay.
You have ADA kayak launches when you first go
Yes.
in there,
Okay.
and it's just a dirt gravel road that goes
Okay.
in. There are play structures that were donated, I believe, by the Rotary. And there's picnic structures, but you can get on the river. There's manatees, there's gopher tortoises, there's over 150 kinds
Yeah.
of birds in there. There's wild boar, no pets
That's a big
allowed.
place.
No domestic animals, including iguanas. You know, none of those.
No.
We don't
All
want
right.
any of those getting loose.
But if you haven't been there, you really need to take your kids for a walk or a bike ride through there. It's absolutely gorgeous. So the city's just going to make it even bigger and better. And
Excellent.
then the city of New Port Richey is in the process of doing an expansion program for the rec center. The rec center is now just over 10 years old, and we are expanding the fitness center. We're moving it from the back to the front. We are going to have a membership drive. The city does an annual membership drive for annual
Excellent.
memberships, 20% discount. Okay?
Nice.
So that makes it completely affordable for anyone in any income level to join the Recreation and Aquatic
Right.
Center. There's 4 pools. We are also adding a whole indoor playground. So thinking
Oh,
of
wow.
families, this should make you smile.
cool.
We're
Yeah.
going to have a huge climbing structure that's over 2 stories tall that the kids can play on in the indoor playground play
pretty cool.
area. And we will have all the state-of-the-art electronic games, some
Oh,
that
wow.
project down from the ceiling, all the
Nice.
ones that you play, like with the videos and
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing. The very cool thing is there will be no additional cost to those video games and things.
Wow.
And if you are an annual member and you want to come and work out or hang out by the pool, swim laps, you can leave your kids in child watch for up to 2 hours. And they're taken care of. Now, you can't leave the premises. You can't say, I want to go have a cocktail. It's not allowed. But as long as you're there, you can as an annual member, and there will be no charge for it for annual members.
That's
so
great.
that's really going to help people
Right.
get their fitness level up a little
Absolutely.
bit. Now, since we're in this whole process of ripping out walls and expanding the fitness center, oh, and by the way, if you're an annual member, you can work out early. So you'll get a card key to open the door to get into the fitness center, which is great for people that, we open at 6, so you gotta want to work out at 4, but that's not me, it might be you guys.
No,
No.
I'm not a
Okay,
morning
so-
person at all.
All right. But if you are a morning person, you'll be able to go in really early in the morning and work out, which is, I think, a wonderful bonus, because that way
is.
you can work out, shower, and everything, get ready, and
Yeah.
go to work right from there. Oh, yes. The grand reopening for the fitness center will be open house on January 12th and 13th.
Okay.
The public is invited. We're going to be showing everyone all around the rec center. We want everyone to come. You guys are absolutely invited.
Awesome.
We'll have snacks. We'll have tours. At that point, you will still be able to purchase a membership at 20% discount if you buy your annual membership. And first time ever, we're getting really 21st century here, you can put it on your credit card and have it charged monthly over the year.
Excellent.
So it's a tiny little bit of money.
Yeah.
And there are different fee levels for youths and seniors and families and individuals. So I'm not going to quote prices, but I can tell you in comparison to everything around, this really is the deal of the century. So
Okay, great.
I'm super excited. That's it. A lot going on. Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving.
Same to you.
It's
Thank you.
coming up. All right, so
Awesome.
pay attention to what you're cooking.
Yes.
Okay, you're gonna fry those turkeys. You
Yes.
got to do it
Please, be
outside,
careful.
outside,
Outside.
way away from the carport and
Correct.
all of that.
And a safe distance from any structure, please.
Okay.
Right.
Listen, happy Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being here. We will see you December 2nd at Winterfest. Ooh, and the 7th, the hospital is having their Winter Lights Festival, so check into that also. But in the meantime, see you guys downtown. I'll see you at Winterfest. Thank you for
right.
being here.
You're welcome.
Happy
Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.